Hey, welcome to Bar Daddy. Today we're going to talk about infusions. So sometimes that means getting the alcohol into the food. Sometimes that means getting flavors into the alcohol. Every now and then, it works both ways. Double the fun. Are you ready to try something delicious? Let's do it. So today we're going to be infusing Halloween candy with various liquors. We're making some bitters. I might get to show you guys how I put a little bit in your... This definitely we're going to be covering. This is bacon grease. That is Jack Daniels. We're going to be doing a fat wash of some Jack Daniels. This is something that you're going to want to try out. And a few other surprises. Let's get ready for Halloween. So this part is easy. Open your candy, place it into a mason jar, and just cover it with alcohol. For infusing candy, you really can't go wrong with vodka. It's going to pick up a lot of those candy flavors so you can do shooters afterwards. And you're just going to be adding alcohol into the candy. It's not really going to change the flavor that much, though it is going to have a little bit more of a kick. I'm curious to see how the candy tastes after it's been soaked in gin. I've got a good feeling about this one. With the Southern Comfort's deep sweetness, I'm going to try that with some fuzzy peaches.
Ah, yes! Eyes of children, my favorite.
Now it's time for the eyes for children. First off, we're ready to make our eyes. Start by opening up a can of lychee fruit. Whip out some fruit, leave it on the side. Take some of that juice too, you're gonna want this thing later. Grab some grapes and some of those lychees that you set off, and then either with a toothpick or the fancy cocktail skewer, just stab them right through and hold them all together. Yeah. Stab. Yeah. Of course, if you want to double up for a pair of eyes, go ahead and do that. So now that all the prep work is done, let's put this thing together. Ice your coupe glass. Bam. Now, the fun begins. We're going to start the eyes for children with 1.5 ounces of our witch's brew. Oh yeah. Then our blue curacao, 1/2 ounce. Another 1/2 ounce of the lychee juice from the can. A dash of cardamom bitters. That's optional, by the way. And finally, 2 ounces of cranberry juice. Let's shake this bad boy. Dump your ice and strain it in. And finish off with that nice little eyeball garnish. Ooh. Cheers. And that is the eyes for children.
Take me, take me. Rain! 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 Rain!
Let's make some zombie brains. Start off with a Jello pack. Here we're using cherry. Just whip it on in. You're gonna follow the first steps of the process, pretty much identical to the packet. So open it all up and in there. Stick in 1 full cup of hot water and just give it a good stir. Then strain out your infusion. Here we got about 1/2 cup, which is perfect. That's about how much you're gonna need. Followed by 1/2 cup of water. Stick it on in and give it a good stir. This is the way to make Jello shots for pretty much anything. So 1/4 of it's gonna be alcohol, 1/2 of it's gonna be hot water, and then cold water. Stick it in the fridge. Here you've got about 4 servings of it. So what you want to do is split it up and just start spooning it. Get it nice and mashed up a little bit so it's a bit more brainy. And scoop it on into your glass. Now it's time for the peach schnapps. All you're gonna need is about an ounce for this cup right here. It's gonna give you an ounce and a half of a cocktail at the end of it. Drizzle slowly. Then it's ready. Just give it a good little tasting. Fall in love. Then suck on that brain. The Swedish Fish infused gin turned out great. So let's strain it and turn it into a cocktail. We're going to make the Corpse Reviver number 2 as the base of it. Set aside 3/4 of an ounce of that infused gin. Pop it right on in there. Followed by 3/4 of an ounce of Lillet Blanc. White vermouth, like dry vermouth, will do in a pinch. 3/4 ounces of Cointreau, if you fancy. Otherwise, triple sec is fine. You just want that little bit of orange in there. Then, you're gonna want a dash of absinthe. If you're just making a cocktail, you'd put in 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice in there to make a cocktail, but we're not making a cocktail. We're gonna do this thing as a Jello shot. So, whip out your lime Jello. For this one, we're just gonna be using a half a pack of Jello. I don't wanna use the whole, I don't wanna make 2 cocktails. Start off with 2 ounces of hot water. Do not grab the jigger by the water holding portion. You will burn your hands. Add in 2 ounces of your cocktail. And then just 2 ounces of just regular water. Then we're going to stick it in a mold. In this case, we're using a fish mold because it's going to be the Cthulhu Reviver. And this is Joven from the future speaking. Do not do what I'm doing right now. Do not stick those infused Jello candy things in there. It's not gonna work out. So no, stop it. Don't do it. Now for the review. So let's start off with the Eyes for Children. Oh yeah. This could almost pass as a classic cocktail. So it's essentially built off of a Cosmopolitan, just a little more sour. Highly recommend. Zombie brains. So that's fun to drink. I would have thought like the texture would have been a little bit off or something, but it's just that's a pass. Oh yeah, cherry, peach, and Southern Comfort. There's no way this could go wrong. And it is kind of like eating brains. You just gotta like mash it up a little bit. And I'd recommend if you have an icing bag, put the Jello in there and just squeeze it out. Just kind of just really brain it up. And adding the peach schnapps after, it works. It works. And the Cthulhu Reviver. So the fish molds, they did not work. There was a lot that went wrong on that one. So in the end, I just stuck it in a coupe glass. I'm gonna try that one again, but this time in silicone molds. I'm also gonna try to put a little bit more gelatin in there, just so they can, just so I have that firmness. I like the look of the fish. I like the fish. The fish is good. Let's see if the actual cocktail is good. I added a little bit more gin on top and some more fish, because fish and gin, why not? Whew. Okay, I might have added a little bit too much gin on the top. When I was eating the fish by themselves, they were good, but they needed a little bit extra kick. Oh. I'm gonna work on this one. I'm gonna work off these ones right here, though. And that's Infusions. So unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to cover the bacon infused Jack Daniels, though. It's ready. I'm actually gonna make a little bit more of this stuff, and I'm gonna do a whole episode on using bacon infused Jack Daniels. It is an excellent flavor. I love it so much. So tune in for the next episode. It's gonna be all about that bacon jack. When it comes to the rup and your gluck gluck, I'm going to save that one as well for another special episode. So, hey, you know what? You're just going to have to tune in for some more. So, this has been Bar Daddy. Triple fisting it over here. I hope that Megan comes home from work soon, because... Oh... Liking, subscribe. Sub. Ooh, sub. Yeah. Yeah, you want to be my subscriber. Subscribe. You gotta like it. Subscribe to it. Da 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 da.